If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 85 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 15. We picked up a couple of great results in yesterday's episode and we really could do with building on those, to be completely honest, to help ourselves get back up towards that top spot. Still very, very close in the Champions League spots. Ourselves on 62, then the team above on 64, Newcastle on 65, and I think Liverpool are on 66? Question mark? I'm not sure. Obviously we were able to get a victory against them yesterday, which was fantastic, and we'll try and do the same here away from home against Norwich City. Norwich in the Liverpool series always were my bogey side, and I'm hoping that they won't cause me some problems in this episode though, because obviously we do need those points. But starting a full strength side, Nemanja Matic back in the starting lineup now that he's fully recovered from his broken ankle, so we're really pleased to be able to have him back into the team. But they're going to start off with the first chance of the game. Bennett knocks it back to Zemaili. He gets it into Olsen, and they played it about really nicely here. We get so unlucky with the shot. The initial shot was going wide, and it was Sergio Ramos' attempt to block the shot that actually deflected it into the back of the net. So that wasn't necessarily the best of ways to start the game, but we kind of came back strong. I and Robin had the opportunity to shoot here, but I just wasn't confident of getting it up and down again. So I laid it off to Paul Pogba, and I'm not really too sure why I did that, because Paul Pogba appears to be cursed for me, and he cannot score in a Chelsea shirt. I've had a few people in the comment section say they're having the same sort of problem with Paul, but he can pick up assists. Almost his first touch in a Chelsea shirt was an assist from a corner, and he's gotten himself another one here. The smallest of people on the pitch, Eden Hazard, actually the man underneath the cross, and we get ourselves back level at 1-1. Really lucky I didn't actually connect with that slide tackle there, otherwise that could have been a red card for my wing back. Good save though by Thibaut Courtois here though to palm it away for a corner. Luckily nothing came of it, so I made a couple of changes. Don't really know why Hazard was celebrating quite so wildly, considering it's 1-1 away at Norwich, but Matic and Hazard left the field of play, and we brought in a couple of substitutes to try and freshen things up, including Ramirez and Antoine Griezmann, I believe, was the other player to come on for Eden Hazard. Working it into Oscar here. They've defended very, very well here, Norwich, but they throw this tackle in there. Diego Costa is able to get away from it. Shot is coming back off the post, and luckily for me, Antoine Griezmann's there to slot it into the back of the net. Did really well to get the shot off there. It was really unlucky, actually, Diego Costa. They wasn't able to get the goal for himself, but Griezmann was not to be denied throwing himself at that and beating the defender to it. So we get a 2-1 victory away from home against Norwich. They are a bogey side, but we had to battle very, very hard to get the 3 points there, but I was just pleased to come away with them. It doesn't matter how the points come at this stage of the season, so long as they come in large quantities. So we'll try and get 6 from 6 in today's episode to this point if we can get a victory over 12th placed Hull. We're now above Newcastle into 3rd in the table, just behind Arsenal. Rotation side being played here though, because we have another big game coming up at the end of the episode. But Kevin Trapp in goal, Ramirez coming into the starting lineup for Matic and Parejo for Pogba, etc. Griezmann came off the bench but starts this time, and we'll try and get ourselves a victory at home against Hull. A side that obviously we've beaten a few times this season. They were the team that we knocked out in the semi-final stage of the Capital One Cup on our way to winning that trophy earlier on this season. So we know that we can beat them, and we know we can beat them home and away. And we already have beaten them away, I believe, and well, in the league that is. Obviously we beat them in both legs for the Capital One Cup semis, and we'll try and get ourselves 3 points here at home as well. Good save though by Jakubovic, unfortunately for me, for Robert Lewandowski early on. Good header, good power on the header as well actually, and well placed, but Jakubovic did really well to get up to keep hold of it. Apparently he is a glitch keeper. I don't know what his rating is actually, but a few people have said that he actually glitches quite horribly, but nothing that he could do about that shot from Antoine Griezmann. A lovely finish off the post, smashing that one in. 22 minutes in, we have ourselves a 1-goal lead, which is exactly what we needed. All I needed to do was hold on to it, although hopefully increase on it, because obviously goal difference could become an issue. Not really too sure why Ashley Posher tried that sort of pass in that situation, and it really caught me out here. Burak Yilmaz having the shot, Kevin Trapp with a really good save, and then brilliant defending by Parejo to hook the ball clear before their attacker could get there to knock it into an empty net. And they're working the ball back still though. It's actually David Mailer that's going to have the shot, but this time Kevin Trapp can hold on to it and keep it out, which is exactly what we needed to do, because obviously 1-0 is a very dodgy scoreline. We mentioned that in the last episode where we had a couple of 1-0 leads and we really could have done with a second goal to clear it, to kind of put us clear and settle my nerves. They came close to an equaliser there as the ball flashed over the top of the bar. Very sporting of Parejo to help up the man off the floor after he'd had his shot. Parejo involved again here though. Ashley Posse into the box on his right foot, which isn't his strongest, but I did expect him to have at least gotten that on target. I was really disappointed that we weren't able to get ourselves a 2-0 lead there. They're on the attack again though. Tom Ince playing a nice 1-2 with Diame. In behind, decides to play it to the man outside him, and I don't know how he's missed. All he had to do was get that on target and it was definitely a goal. Definitely a goal, but perhaps the presence of Burnout there at the near post put him off, but so close, as you can see from the replay, so close to going into that top corner. We maintain our 1-0 lead though as we push towards the end of the game. Willian trying to find a bit of space. Good feet to get away from the challenge. Posa has Griezmann on the overlap, but it's another good save by Jakubovic, and Lewandowski just completely fails trying to win the header at the back post. But we continue to come forward. Only 5 minutes remaining now in the game. Griezmann coming down the left-hand side. He's been heavily involved in everything that's happened in today's episode while he's been on the pitch, Griezmann, and I don't really know what Jakubovic was doing there. He's made a couple of great saves to this point and then makes a horrendous mistake, and unfortunately for him that's 2-0 to Chelsea, and that will be game over. He came for the punch and just completely missed it, and Lewandowski, I think he was expecting the keeper to get there, so he wasn't really expecting to be able to put the header in, so it wasn't the best of techniques on the header. It just kind of hit him in the face and went in, but we'll take it. Hull City though trying to get themselves one back here, work it nicely to Diame, and that is an absolute finish from Mohamed Diame. Brilliant, brilliant finish, whipping it off his left foot. First time as well, off the far post. He does have the occasional extremely good goal in Diame, but luckily for me, that was the last action of the game. We did get 3 points again with a second 2-1 victory of the day. Unfortunately though, we lose Arjen Robben for 3 months thanks to a training injury. He's broken his toe in training and he's going to miss the remainder of the season, which is absolutely devastating, to be completely honest. I really, really needed Robben in this next game away from home at St James's Park against the side that are right next to us in the league, Newcastle United. You'll see from the league table that's going to come up on screen around about now that we are 3rd and they are 4th. We're only 2 points off Arsenal in 1st and we have a game in hand on them, but Liverpool do as well in 2nd, so we need to beat Newcastle and match Liverpool's result, if not better Liverpool's result, and hope that they drop points. And if we win and Liverpool draw, we'll actually go top if we win this game away from home against Newcastle. If we draw it, we'll stay where we are, depending on Liverpool's result, and if we lose it, we'll drop back down to 4th and Newcastle will go back above us. So hopefully that's not going to happen. Eden Hazard and Willian out wide. Similar starting lineup to the team that played against Norwich, but Ramirez actually started this one. Nemanja Matic was a little bit tired for some reason, not really too sure why, but Ramirez, I'm quite happy to play him in the starting lineup. He's quite aptly been able to fill that role whilst Matic was out injured anyway, so he can get the start here. Oscar trying to give us a 1-0 lead there, tried to whip it into that bottom corner but couldn't quite get his angles right, unfortunately. Jonas Gutierrez is going to come down the right hand side though for Newcastle, stand up a great cross, and it's a brilliant save by Thibaut Courtois to tip that over the top of the bar to stop Newcastle taking the lead. This was a very end-to-end game, it has to be said. Both sides quite capable of destroying the other when it comes to goal scoring. Costa though has his shot well saved down low by Tim Krul, who obviously is a very good goalkeeper, but when it came to my attacking, Newcastle always seemed to have a man next to the guy on the ball, which is something I failed to do here. I changed to the wrong man in the middle, or I thought I just pressed LB rather than manually changing to a certain player. Thought it was going to go to the centre back, it went to the right back, so I was obviously holding right on the stick with the centre back to close the gap. Ended up running away from the ball with the right back briefly, which opened up the gap to let Jack Cole back in, so I was quite frustrated at that. But then Ramirez gets in the way of Eden Hazard as he's trying to get down the line. Oscar though turns inside nicely, finds Diego Costa, good turn, good shot, well blocked by Taylor, and in the process of jumping over Stephen Taylor on the floor, actually jumps past the ball and loses the opportunity of bringing us back on level terms, unfortunately, Diego there. They push forward though in the second half, going to try and get themselves a second goal like we tried to in the opening 2 games to give themselves the advantage here. It does drop kindly, and unfortunately Thibaut Courtois palms it straight at Lassina Traore. So that's Newcastle 2, Chelsea 0. And you can see from the way I'm attacking here, every single time I got a pass off, there was always a black and white shirt right next to the man on the ball immediately. It was so hard to break them down. They defended like absolute terriers, just consistently chasing me around the pitch. It was ridiculous. Diego Costa had a header well saved there, and unfortunately, we get a 2-0 defeat away from home against Newcastle. They just defended so well. I'm doing better on Legendary in the past couple of episodes than I was at the beginning of the week and how I was last week, but we only have 3 league games left. Obviously, the FA Cup final will come as a live commentary, so we'll have 2 games in the next episode, Burnley and Swansea. Hopefully we can pick up enough points to get ourselves back towards the top of the table. We are only 3 points off Liverpool with 3 games to go. Liverpool actually have Arsenal in their next game as well, which is going to be a crucial game. Hoping that that is a draw, because obviously I don't want Arsenal to get away from me as well. We've got obviously Burnley and Swansea coming up and then Stoke on the final day, so it's not going to be easy for us. But any one of those 4 sides at the top could win the league with 3 games to go. It's so tight. Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle and Chelsea all vying for that BPL title. So we'll do our best to get there, and hopefully we can. Obviously we'll do our best in the FA Cup final as well to beat Liverpool and get ourselves a 3rd piece of silverware this season to go hand in hand with the Capital One Cup and the Community Shield. But that's going to bring today's episode to a close. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. Check the channel page for anything you may have missed over the past few days, whether it be this series, the Career Mode Road to Glory series, the Youth Squad Challenge series with MGH and Channy Sports, another episode of which went up yesterday afternoon, and of course there'll be another My Player video later on tonight as well, including a stream over on Twitch at 8:45. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Follow all the links in the description, and I'll see you next time.